Good afternoon, everybody. It's Gary here from Wired Productions, and today we are going to be muting the stream because I left the audio on. I'm a professional. Would you believe it? Very, very professional. Let's try that again. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the show. It's Gary here from Wired Productions, and we are going to be starting our Let's Play the Falconeer series. I'm being joined by the fantastic Commander Ivy, who is just changing out of the wonderful spacesuit that you all know and love. We will be live in about 1 minute, so in the meantime, please make yourselves comfortable, grab something to eat, get something to drink, and get all of your questions ready. I'm very, very much looking forward to this. Okay, preparations are complete. I've received word from ground control that Commander Ivy is ready to begin. Good afternoon, wonderful Anarchy. It's a pleasure to see you again. How are you, Brown Yasin? God, Uncle Toman. I'm seeing some Ivy emotes in there. That makes me very, very happy. WKitty42 with a booyah. Booyah, right back at you. James McKnight, always a pleasure to see yourself. How are you doing? And of course, Kat Smith, hello. Thank you for joining us. Right, well, I guess we should probably get down to business, and I almost broke out into Mulan there, but it's okay. Just about avoided it. I hope you've all had an absolutely astounding start to your week. It's felt super long, and it is only Monday. It's only Monday, can you believe it? I should, if this button does what it should do, this should bring me up on the screen. Shazam, I think I coded that correctly. Hello. And of course, I'm joined today by my absolute favorite streamer on the Citadel, who is... I don't even know what kind of lottery I won to ensure that they agreed to join me on this, but they're going to be joining me every day this week at this time for a full playthrough of our recently released game, The Falconeer. I would introduce Ivy, but I'm 90% sure everybody in here already knows her. If you don't, then please make sure you go and check out her channel at any point during the show. She's an incredible content creator and someone that I am very, very lucky to have worked with in the past and get to do again. So, if this is your first time seeing Ivy, strap yourself in. It's going to be a hell of a ride. Ivy, I'm summoning you now.
Hi!
Ivy, do we have Ivy?
Yes!
Do we have Ivy? Did that work? Did that work? Yes!
Hi. I'm
Perfect.
Right at you. Alright, awesome. This is great. Hi, everybody. I don't know if you know me, probably most of you do. My name is Commander Ivy. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch, and I'm a huge fan of Wired Productions and everything that Wired Productions do. And now I'm extremely honored to be here today, even though, as I said on Twitter, they literally took me out of my spacecraft while I was asleep. And they strapped me on the big bird, and they said, "Now you're flying!" And there's Gary sitting right behind you. So yeah, we're doing that. Yeah, this is how I ended up being here. But I'm not saying I don't like it being here. So yeah, no. Hello everybody. Hi.
Well, it is a pleasure to have you here with us. So the general structure, we're going to be playing trade-off. Well, we're going to be trading on and off between each other, aren't we? In and out. And if you just bear with me one moment, because you may, I'm just going to pause the game for a second, you may be able to hear Skype in the background. Skype, go away.
Oh my god, is that an intruder? Is somebody trying to take my place?
No,
I thought you let everybody know it's just me.
It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, there we go. Skype is gone. Don't worry about that. You don't need to hear all of the updates of all the background runnings on. So before we begin, can you all hear Ivy? Okay, how's the volume? We did meticulously. We spent hours, didn't we? Literally hours.
We spent at least 3 hours getting ready.
We spent at least 3 hours getting this all set up. So if it isn't perfect, we have nobody to blame but Twitch, I think, because it can't be our fault. It can't be our fault.
There's no way it's our fault. 3 hours, guys, 3 hours. So let us know if you can hear me fine. Let us know if everything is okay. And yeah, if everybody confirms good sounds.
I like that. I like that. Anarchy, you are now my favorite person in the chat because you have said what I want to hear, which by default, by default makes it twice as good. Any chance we could boost her a little bit? I can boost her as much as you would want. Let me turn you up a bit, Ivy.
A bit, maybe.
A bit. I mean, you do have a very commanding voice, and that's where your name comes from. A lot of people think it's because Ivy is a commander, but it's not. It's because of a booming voice.
Booming. Very Russian booming voice. This is how they greet us in Russia. If you don't have a booming voice in Russia, nobody's ever going to hear you. That's how we talk here, just like, so.
Okay, how does that sound? Is that better?
Does that sound better? I'm just going to sit in here and talk it in my booming, very Russian voice. Booming, very Russian voice, just to make sure everything works.
That's what we like to hear.
Great.
So, lesson learned. Lessons learned. 1. If you want to get on our good side, you just tell us what we want to hear, and we'll immediately love you. Okay, that's lesson 1, and that goes for everything in life. I'm kidding, of course. But the actual structure of the thing, we're going to be playing trade-off. Well, we're going to be using the magic of cloud saves and files. So today, I'm going to be at the controls. I'm at the helm, using this fancy little controller here to navigate our way around the world of the Great Ursee. But tomorrow, Ivy's going to be at the controls.
So I get to be the backseat pilot today?
You're going to be the backseat wingman. You're going to criticize everything I do, and it's going to be phenomenal.
That's a challenge. That's that challenge accepted. Okay,
challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. I'm ready for this.
Charmsaws. This isn't a Gauss zone stream. How are you doing, love? Like, good to see you.
I feel like, I feel like a third wheel now, not like
it's okay.
It's okay. But like a third wheel, maybe,
There's audio. I'm not hearing anything at all. Ooh. Okay, let's get into the game and just make sure that is actually coming through. Because if it's not, then I'll have to fight some people. I'll have to fight everybody.
Yeah, I hope everything's okay.
There we go.
The cycle has been.
And I also just loaded the wrong chapter because this is exactly how this is going.
It's okay. I can watch. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Perfect. All right, so we're going to take this unprecedented step. This is a Let's Play. We're starting from minute 1, so I'm deleting my save file. It's gone. I've just deleted it. It's gone.
All the F's in chat, please, for the deleted file.
It's okay. It's okay.
Press
we'll make a new one. We'll make a better one. A much better save file. Built between the two of us. That's what it's all about.
Oh, it will. It kind of will be like our baby.
It will be. What are we going to name it? What are we going to name it?
How about
we need a name for our save file. What?
Jason.
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 Jason. You know what? I need.
Jason.
Is this a Quantic Degree reference? Is this a Heavy Rain thing?
You know it.
Okay, so in a minute we're going to be pushing A to Jason, apparently, which, you know what, is close enough. It's close enough.
I mean... Imperial.
I've done it again.
Did you get... I I thought you deleted it.
I did, but then I started it without realizing. So, what's actually going to be happening? For those of you that haven't heard of the Falconeer, I'm just going to do a really quick corporate shilly rundown of the game and explain it, just in case there's a few of you here that aren't aware of it. The Falconeer is an air combat game. It's kind of a little bit of an homage to the older Crimson Skies, Panzer Dragoon type of fixed perspective, shooty, fly type games. But instead of a bird, instead of a plane even, you're flying a bird which is the size of a plane. It's a giant warbird. And the universe that the game takes place in is called the Great Ursee. And it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic universe. I think like Fallout, but if it was flooded. So it's kind of like Fallout, but if like the Fallout survivor was Kevin Costner and it was like in Waterworld, is basically the rundown of it. And in this world, apart from everything being flooded and the remnants of humanity clinging to all these different pockets of land in order to try and keep life going, power begins to rise between all of these different factions. And in particular, there are two. And these two giant factions basically have control and dominion over everybody else in the area. And the Falconeer is basically the story of these two factions kind of vying for control over the destination of this world and how that impacts everybody within it. The game is set in like 4 chapters and a prologue and an epilogue, and every chapter actually puts you in a different faction's perspective, so you kind of get to see the through line story from every individual thing. It's a pretty interesting story. It's actually one of the more interesting game stories, and I get, hey, I work for the company that produces the game, I might be shilling it a bit, but no, like even a lot of previews and reviewers have said it's basically like Game of Thrones, but like in Waterworld, which is a pretty good tagline. And honestly, I feel like I probably should have used that as a marketing tagline in the run-up to launch. I think Game of Thrones and Waterworld is a good draw, but I mean, what do I know? What do I know? My biggest problem with the game so far is the text size being so small, so you can actually adjust that in the settings. There's a UI scaling. You can not change the difficulty to hardcore, because that would be a mistake, but you can mess around with the UI scaling and make it super duper big or super duper small. And actually, in a recent discussion, that there was a confirmation that in the updating patch, it's going to be increased a little bit more to match the console version, because obviously the console version is built for TVs, right? So it's got that big UI, whereas on PC it's a little smaller. So that is getting updated. Yeah. Stay wired to your sets, and you'll be able. Don't laugh at that. Don't laugh at that. Don't enable me. Oh my god! I don't hear
it often enough. I mean, you might be like saying that for like at least 20 times a day working.
Yeah, it goes on quite a few times, to be fair.
It's still funny here, okay? I can't help it.
It's real to me, damn it. Hardcore is fun now that the wingman can't die. Yeah, that was another change that was made, is that obviously you have to protect your wingman as much as they protect you, and in hardcore mode things do a lot of damage and the wingmen were dying a little bit too frequently, so in hardcore mode they're actually invincible, which it's a good quality of life change. It's a good quality of life change. Yeah. How are you? I tried this game in beta. I hope it's easy to play. It is. And if you check the Steam forums, which they're not listed here, but I'm sure Punter, the Lord Punter, who is also a member of Wired, everyone. So say hello to the Lord Punter. He's the QA lead gentleman and a fine fellow in himself. If you check in the forums, there is actually a list of the recent patch updates, which have done many things to make playing the game a little bit smarter. But we'll try and explain them as we go through. Okay, shall we get started? Because I'm conscious of the time. We do only have a couple of hours.
I can't wait to criticize your every single move.
Okay.
The moment you're gonna press that start button, you've done it wrong, obviously.
Okay, so how do I need to push the A button? Do I need
Very gently.
Very gently. Just ever so softly. Okay. Judge my A.
Caress it first.
I didn't caress it. I didn't caress it.
When we were young in this place, the
See, wrong.
I've ruined it already. We're gonna have to delete it again. I'm sorry. Can we start over?
This time you get to caress the button.
Their lives and memories are lost to battle, but you can learn from them.
Oh,
Their
that is
memories
good.
soaring through the clouds above the seas. Let us find out what stories remain in these splintered fragments the currents have brought us.
So we're going to have to try and figure this out, Ivy, because there's a lot of talking in this game, isn't there? It's a very lore-heavy game, so we're going to need to...
Imperial seat. The highest
You would
attainable
just
seat in the Empire.
because currently you're the
Towering
pilot
over
and
Imperial
you're
Harbour and the
Brexit
Ursee,
gaming,
its inhabitants are blinded to the plight of
wingman.
those below.
If there is
Only
like
those
anything
who
that's
serve the Empress
you
ever
kind of want
perch
people
on
to
its
hear and me not
balconies or
talking
set
about it,
foot on
just
its marble
let me
floors.
know. Just kind
Awesome.
of like, just say let's appreciate the story, and we're going to do that.
Let's appreciate the story. Or I could, you know what? Maybe I just say Ivy, no, and I just remove Ivy. We just lose Ivy. She's gone.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'll bring her back. I have ultimate power here. Until tomorrow, then you have ultimate power.
This is my unimpressed face. I have an idea, by the way. I have an idea what I'm going to do tomorrow when you're my side wing. I have such a good idea.
I am terrified, but also curious.
You should be. You should be. It's not a bad thing.
You know when people do that thing where they say pictures taken 10 minutes before disaster or whatever it is? Like that's this right now. And just the impending counting passage of time moving till tomorrow.
Yep.
Lord Wobbly Redman, how are you? Another fantastic streamer that dove onto the Steam stream during launch day and the hours that followed. How are you, Wobbly? Good to see you, my friend. So,
really
as mentioned, I'm going to be running on a control, so at times I may be a little bit distracted. Feel free to throw literally any question or any statement or any criticism into the chat, and if I don't pick it up, then Ivy will, and vice versa.
I will read it out loud.
Yeah, I'll be able to hear it all in that voice, and vice versa tomorrow. So we're starting off, as mentioned, the game is split into a multitude of chapters, and you can actually target them in any order that you want, except the last one. That one is locked away. You need to finish everything else first. But we're going to be starting off in the prologue just to give you the full Falconeer experience. And okay, I feel like this has to be a conscious group effort here, Ivy.
Okay.
I think creating our Falconeer is going to need to be the both of us agreeing.
Let's go. I'm
okay.
ready. My
So
favorite part, character creation.
because we're both going to be inhabiting this body for the duration of this, so we need to make sure that we're cool on it. That kind of does. It kind of does. I was hoping you weren't going to pay attention to it, but this is the life that we're in now, so don't worry about it. HP bar says too low. Are you? Oh, it does a bit, doesn't it? Although we don't actually get to change our class in the prologue. This one is locked in. But we don't need HP. We're going to be really good and evasive, and nothing's going to touch us. We're going to be like the wind.
Yeah.
Right, what do we want to look like?
Something pirate looking, maybe?
Something pirate looking.
Well, we
need
can't
to...
really pick this one. Let's go for
lives.
it. Oh, cowboy! Can you go back for the cowboy? There was like a.
there we go. I don't know if that's cowboy. That almost looks kind of like Bloodborne-y, right?
No.
This looks like a little bit Bloodborne. What was that other game that came out? The one that was kind of like Destiny, but it wasn't. It had like trees and stuff. I forget its name now. It had like cultists. It had cultists with like big hats and stuff. Revenant. That's the one. Revenant. Yeah. Yeah, with the big hats. Yeah. So.
Thomas says to see who's the best at dropping mines. I'm gonna say Gary, and every time I'm bad at dropping a mine, I'm just gonna deny it and say it's he.
You can't.
Strategy.
You can't fake news live streams. They happen. You see them.
Oh, I can. I'm from Russia. I can.
Oh my god.
I can't. Trust me. Alright, let's go for it. I love it. I love the Revenant looking one.
It is a great look. So we start off basically being told that the Imperium, who are one of the big powerhouse controllers, are running a little bit short on manpower. They're running a little bit dry, so they're kind of conscripting people in and going, hey, we're going to train you how to ride a big bird, and if you don't mess up and you don't end up getting scraped off a rock, then, I don't know, maybe we'll put you on a garrison. So the first part of the game is us basically being taught the controls, a tutorial, if you will. Funny that. And it basically shows you all the basics of how to do it. Which, obviously, I don't need, because I'm a professional Falconeer. I've been doing this for months now, as you can imagine.
I'm just so happy I'm not the one playing the tutorial
Only the
because
very best can serve at this post.
totally pro at this.
Today, we start with simple performance assessments for each of you.
Okay, what do you want us to do? He kind of looks like he's from a marching band. I kind of dig this guy's drip, I'm going to be honest.
Perform some basic maneuvers. Second, you will take
Okay.
out a number of
Basic
bars.
maneuvers. Shoot balloons.
Critical that you keep
Balloons
your
are
bird
explosive, so we
away
stay away from
We
them.
will attempt to recharge
Recharging our weapons.
For the final
Easy.
test, we have sourced
And
all
bombing.
barges for
So basically all the
bombing.
things I can really
For your
easily
own
mess up.
safety, your weapons must. The Empress has an appointment at
And
the
thank-
Thunderstrike flagship
You learned the
at
hard
exact
way about the
time,
balloons,
so
to be
no
honest.
wandering off or deviating
Yeah,
from
the
flight
balloons
path.
are super useful. If you manage to get enemies tangled in them, they'll get kind of all wrapped up, and as they try and fly up to the top, they'll explode. But
I
the,
never thought about doing that.
but the downside of that is that totally happens to you as well. And Thomas did actually make the balloon wires that little bit thicker. Like they went from Th's not even
Okay.
a letter. They went from THICC to like THICCC. They went like triple thick, just to make them a little bit more visible.
Yeah, because I've learned it the hard way while I was streaming on your Steam and, totally didn't embarrass myself because I got entangled in all the balloons. That was not so good. All right, we're flying. Good. And if you're obviously not doing it the right way.
I'm doing it great. Like, look, I'm flapping the wings. I'm flapping the wings.
All right.
That's how birds fly. I've seen a bird before. I've seen a bird or two in my time.
Good. Have you seen one?
Can we get an Ivy Falcon fact, please? Says somebody in
Oh,
the chat.
I thought you were not gonna. Oh, people, I am so happy. Actually,
Have you prepared some Falcon facts for us?
me and Gary were actually laughing about it today, because I didn't tell anybody at Wire that I was gonna tell people the Falcon facts, and yeah, Gary today he was like, "Your Falcon facts." I was not.
I was
aware.
impressed. I was impressed. I learned so much about falcons last Tuesday, honestly. I learned
I
so many
know.
bird facts.
I know. Well, for those who missed my amazing Falcon facts, there is one because I feel very generous today.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so falcon babies, they leave their nest just 1 year after they're born, and that first year after they left their nest, it's super difficult for them to survive, and only 4 out of 10 falcons actually make it into the wilderness, because 6 would unfortunately die to how cruel Mother Nature is. So if you're ever walking outside and you see a tiny little baby falcon just lying there crying for help, you might want to pick it up and take it in.
I don't know. I feel if I tried to pick up a falcon, that would be my obituary. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like if I picked up a small falcon, I would 100% end up in a hospital. 100%.
I think you can deal with a tiny small falcon. I think you can deal with it. I don't think it's going to be like big enough to hurt you.
You have way more faith in my survivability than I do.
Oh yes, I don't know. But I've actually looked up because we talked about how baby falcons looked, and I've actually never seen how baby falcons look. So after that stream, I actually went ahead and I ended up going down the rabbit hole of looking at baby bird pictures. You know how you look up.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and penguins are the most adorable of them all, to be honest. So if you ever are thinking about adopting a baby bird, penguin might be the one. But falcons are not so bad, but they kind of look rough. They look very rough. Kind of Monday morning rough.
Yeah, I mean, today I learned to identify with a falcon way more than I expected.
I mean, see? Falcon fact, baby. Falcon fact. It's kind of like the lifestyle. So yeah, they look super rough, but they also look super cute. So, people say that they don't think you could survive the falcon baby.
I don't think I could. I'm not even going to fight that one. I'm not even going to fight it. Yo, Gerinitum. I will always mispronounce that name. Great to see you again. Can you tell me what the name of a falcon baby is? Because they are correct. Earlier on, we did a stream last week, and someone told me what the actual word for a baby falcon was, and it's A, sounded fake, and B, I couldn't pronounce it to save my life.
Okay.
Just call me Bean G. I'll do that. How's it going, G? That sounds cool. That sounds cool. What's up, G?
I am looking at oh. Wait.
Yeah,
a falcon
right?
ship, especially one reared for falconry, still in its downy stage, is known as an. I'm afraid to pronounce it. What if I get wired?
You won't do. You won't do. It's cool.
Okay.
It's if I.
Yes, it's like yes, queen.
Yes.
But with the E in front of it,
So let's just dive into photo mode for a second. So basically, like when the adult falcons go home to the nest, they just like perch on the edge and look at the baby falcons, and they're like, yes,
I know.
yes. This.
There you go. Ken already
Okay.
did it. I wanted to put that in chat, but Ken already did it. I was like, yes. Oh.
Yes, that's not how I would have pronounced that in the slightest. But again, I am a dork. Okay.
I mean,
I need you to look away, Ivy, while I try to do this. I can't do this while people are watching. I can't do this while people are watching. And if I mess up this bombing run, you're never going to let me live it down. So I need you to not look at the screen for a second.
I'm like half looking.
Okay, we're gonna damn buster it.
Okay.
Go on. No. Yeah!
I don't think that worked. Oh, they did.
Oh, yeah.
They did. I have a slight bit of like a delay, like 300
Yeah,
ping to watch that and everything. Okay, good.
That does stream delay. So that's a pro tip. That's a pro tip. Like for those that have had issue with the bombing, 'cause the temptation with the bombing is to like fly straight over something and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna blow that rock up." So I'm just gonna get straight above it and then drop. And the problem is that, physics kind of apply. It'll always kind of roll forward, but you can totally bounce them. So just kind of angle yourself down, get a nice approach, drop it, and then skim it like a stone, and it'll just bounce along happily.
Did you catch that mine mid-air?
I did.
Oh my god, I'm
I
impressed.
did.
Oh my god, he did it again. Oh, there is. Oh,
I'm pulling out all of the stops today for this one. Not that I'm trying to impress you. Not that I'm trying to impress you or make it harder for you tomorrow. But I might be showboating a little bit.
It's on.
Just a little bit.
If I look tired tomorrow, guys, that's because I've spent the entire night practicing, so I can, top Gary's skills with this. Because
you
this
will.
is
I'm going to fly incredibly close to the sun. That's another wired game. I'm gonna fly incredibly.
See what you did it. Maybe you're gonna, deliver us the moon while
Oh well, maybe at the end of this, and I'll put it out there for those who remain at the end of the stream. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh my god, this is the over. Okay. I feel like I'm not the only one who's hurt by that.
I am 100% going to fly too close to the sun and do something stupid and die. So do not stress it. Maybe we can try bombing a bird with a mine. I've not managed to do that yet, but if there's ever going to be a time, it is now.
Do you know if there is an achievement for that, by any chance?
If there isn't, then there should be. If I pull it off and I don't get an achievement, I'm getting Thomas on the phone straight away.
A phone call. Just pick him on and like, "Hi, Thomas. We just did a
Hey, Thomas. We did a thing.
And it didn't give us any achievements whatsoever. I'm glued to the screen right now. If you guys see my head being turned the other way, that's where I actually have
the shameless plugging. Come on, have none of you seen Spaceballs? It's all about the merchandising. By the way, we did put out a tweet actually over the weekend asking people what movie should we make a game out of, but like wrong answers only. And I've been trying to convince the team that we need to make a Spaceballs movie for the longest time.
You've been trying to do that
I've been trying to do that for like 7 months, and it's gonna happen one day, I swear. I don't even know how it's gonna happen, but it's going to happen.
Do you have an idea what genre it's going to be like? Is it going to be an RPG, action, adventure?
Honestly, I want it to be I'd like it to be a rhythm game. I'd like it to be a rhythm game because it would be
rhythm game with balls. What can go wrong here? I don't even know. Sign me up. I've been thinking about things I want to invest into, and this looks like it's the winner.
I visited a town of light, and I found out that Martha is dead. Ooh, okay, Cat's joining in on this and doing a much better job of it than I was. Top work, Cat. Top Cat.
Martha is dead. I'm actually excited about it.
I think somebody in the chat, and I do apologize because I completely glossed over it. Someone, oh, heads up! Watch this as we go.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, I missed!
No! It was kind of close though.
It was kind of close. It was like
it was very close to hitting it.
I'm gonna do it. Someone did ask. Someone did ask if we could have an update for Martha is Dead, and I can't speak too much about it at the moment. But I will headbutt that bird, which is not.
Spoiler alert, guys! Martha is dead.
Yeah, spoilers. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Oh no.
So, do we have? Oh, I'm sorry. There's
But
something happening.
there may be some Martha news in the near future, is what I will say. I will leave you with that.
Okay, right. It's okay. It's fine. I feel like if I was to be promoting the game, I would just probably not do the bestest job of it all. But I'm trying.
You're doing great. I think she's doing great. Yo, how are y'all enjoying Ivy? Ivy's pretty cool, right? Like it's much better having Ivy here than
I'm from
like.
I'm from Russia, so what kind of answer is the right answer? What kind of answer is...
If the game had like multiple types of bird, we could have totally called this From Russia with Dove.
Oh my god!
Could that be the stream title tomorrow when you do it? Can you call it From Russia with Dove? Can you do that? I'm going to be mad about that.
Duncan survived longer than many other settlements along the fringes of Imperial control.
Yes, we're doing that. I'm officially changing my brand as well too. Commander Ivy's just gone. It's just all pigeons.
It's just all pigeons all the time. How many pigeons do you think you could fight in real life? Like if you woke up tomorrow and it was full Alfred Hitchcock and there was just a billion birds, how many do you reckon you could take? I reckon a solid 15. I reckon I could take 15, and then I'd probably get tired.
You can't even deal with one baby falcon, and you wanna battle 15 pigeons.
No. But what I'm like, there's just a lot of swinging. There's just an awful lot of swinging. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to frantically get at them, and I'm pretty agile when it comes to it, but I'm gonna run out of energy eventually. And they fly for a long time.
I mean, they do. So that's no in a known scenario because we have the bird feeder on the balcony. We've installed the bird feeder on our balcony, so birds do visit every morning. I wake up to and there are more every day. So at first it was just one, then it was two, now it's around 4 or 5 that come visit every day. So this might not be a scenario that doesn't happen. I'm gonna say, to be on the safe side, I'm gonna say 10.
10.
I'm gonna say 10. I have no upper body strength and I don't want to kick a bird, so.
You don't want to kick a bird. Oh, there are going to be so many quotes out of context in this playthrough, and I am absolutely looking forward to a million of them. I don't want to kick a bird. That's just the absolute best. Ivy is awesome. I like her streams. 10 out of 10 would watch Ivy all the time. We've got some more bird puns in there. Amusing. Okay, no, I'm in favor. Gary couldn't find a pineapple, so he would defeat Zero. I know, but pineapples are spiky. They've got those little.
Pineapples are spiky. They actually do look dangerous. Yeah. I don't even know who was the first brave person who tried a pineapple, who found it, and
God,
said,
isn't that? Could you imagine, the first person, who looked at a pineapple and went, "I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat that."
When you watch all of the sci-fi shows, they come and enter the new planet, and they eventually find some wildlife and some plants that there, and they conduct experiments with it. They rub it off their skin first to see if it's toxic or not, and then eventually they taste it to see how it tastes. Imagine pineapple, because you need to figure out that the insides of that thing are much better than the outsides. It's like the people that eat eggs and they leave the wrapper. They take the wrapper off. They're just ruining it. If you leave the wrapper on the egg, it's better because it's crunchy. Are we playing Hatable Boyfriend? You know what? I'm low-key, Cat. I think tomorrow I'm going to go and Photoshop Hatable Boyfriend, but I'm going to put the Falconeer in the corner instead of a pigeon. And I think I'm going to do that. You've inspired me, Cat. You've inspired me. Well, maybe this is this Falconeer sequel that we need, or maybe an expansion is a dating simulator version of the Falconeer.
I'm not going to say we should do that.
Ascend
I'm
now.
just not going to say that we shouldn't.
We've already mentioned Game of Thrones, and then we've also mentioned the whole dating simulator. How awesome would a crossover be? So it's like a dating simulator, Game of Thrones style, but it's all falcons. You know? And you have to pick which falcon you want to go for.
What would we call it, though? I mean, apart from the Falconeer 2, what would we call it?
Chad, I'm bad with it. So Chad, what would you call it? Best variant of the name for this sort of game gets a high five.
Part of the Ursee has been plagued by pirates.
Dating your falcon sister. Toad would be a writer. I got it. We have a writer. See, it's already there.
That's pretty
It's already
good.
there.
I'm almost tempted to maybe just like plagiarize Prince, and then like Falconeer 2 when doves cry, but I don't feel like that would work too like much.
I would totally buy it. 10 out of 10. I think that would be good.
I like watching the mines explode because everything is flamingo. Yeah, you know what is quite interesting. I actually went to the zoo the other day, and they had flamingos there, and I thought they were fascinating. And the entire rest of that evening, the entire rest of the day, I was doing a flamingo impression, and my partner got so upset at me. She was like, "If you don't stop this, I'm leaving you." Well, and I did. I put my foot down.
Oh my god! Okay. So this is how we went. I just went through 5 stages of grief while you were telling this story. Because at first, when you said, speaking of flamingos, I went to the zoo the other day. I'm like, okay, this is like the beginning of something that's gonna lead to the punchline. And then you were like, you kept talking, and there was nothing. And I let my guard down, and I was like, okay, maybe
that's what it's all about. You lower their defenses, and then you sneak it in there, and then they never talk to you for the rest of your natural life. And that's.
I let my guard down, and that's when you hear, okay, now I'm...
Right, so, quick game catch-up, because we talked over all the lore bits, which are super important, but that's cool, that's what we do here. So, the end of the prologue ended in a little bit of a disaster for the Imperium. The Empress, the ruler, the most important VIP in their fold, apparently was assassinated when our airship got struck in the middle of our training exercise, and we were a little bit green. We weren't really up to much when it came to defense. The game then flashes forward. And we start the first chapter in real, representing a new Falconeer on a new warbird, this time from the humble little fishing town of Dunkel. Dunkel still exists within the Imperium, and still kind of reports around to all of those kind of people. We start off here in Dunkelport, and we are given multiple options here. You get, first of all, your lore dump character, and there's one of these at every location, and they basically give you a bit of a fill-in on the world that you're occupying. Then you have your main character, questline giver. This dude here will give us all of the story progression quests. Then we have our side quest dude, and this dude's crazy. This dude's our wingman as well. We're going to be taking him with us, and he's got such an interesting voice, such a fascinating character, and he will give us a handful of missions that we can undertake that are not really story-based. They're just kind of go out and do activities and gain splinters, the in-game currency that you can use to buy things from. Drum roll, please, Ivy.
Bubbles!
Bubbles. I asked for a drum roll, and you just shouted bubbles at me. Are you alright? That's... Are you okay?
Take two.
Okay.
Take 2. Okay.
Ivy, give me bubbles. This is how we work. We have to ask for the opposite, and it's what we get. Every day is opposite day in Commander Ivy's life. I'm okay with this. I'm 100% okay with this. I can't. So you take the bubbles, as they are now known, and you take them to the trader, who has a variety of wares if Falconeer has the coin. You know what? While we're here, favorite traders. We want your favorite traders in the chat. Do we want... Are we talking Khajiit's wares if you have coin, or maybe even the... What are you buying? You know, a little bit of Resident Evil. What are your favorite video game traders? Trader in here has a variety of wares for you. Weapon upgrades, which allow you to switch out the type of weapon that you have. Ammo pots, which allow you to have different types of ammunition. We got all the types. You like ammo pots? We got plenty. We got the armor-piercing lightning boys. We got the fiery ones that burn things. We got the green ones, which kind of cover everyone in goop and make them kind of take caustic damage, but they're more effective against like organic enemies. You fire the goop at a ship, and it just kind of looks at you and say, "And what? And what? Well, why'd you do that? Now we've got to clean. Now we've got to clean the deck. So not that effective against there. They also have mutagens. Did you play around with mutagens much, Ivy?
I think I did. I think
Can someone confirm? Can stream see the eyes of the falcon right now, or are you covering them? Are you covering the falcon on the left? Let me have a look. No, we're good. I think they can see the majority. They can see the majority. Okay, cool.
Covering the agility stat.
Okay, so but keep an eye on this. So the mutagens are super cool. They actually increase the statistics. If I lean, you'll probably, but then I can't. Maybe if I shout from here, you might still be able to hear me. But those stats that are behind me, the mutagens actually increase the stats of the bird. But they come at a little bit of a trade-off. If you kind of look at the descriptions for all of these, they're all kind of awful. They're all awful things that you're doing to your bird, and you can kind of see that reflected both in the condition of the bird's appearance and its general well-being. So you can put go faster stripes on your falcon, but it's kind of not really a morally nice thing to do. But we're going to do it because we want those stats. We're all about min-maxing. That's a good comparison, Kat. It's kind of like The Witcher, like the mutagens, the toxicity system in The Witcher, where like these potions are real cool and they give you buffs, but it's kind of like... Yeah. Well, I mean...
I was just like, Bird, get those mutagens. You're just going to be like, and strong.
Just pump... Well, I mean, check them out here, right? So... This one here, this sark blood, and sarks are basically giant, horrible sharks. Really, just big fishy things, lots of teeth. Fun fact for you all, in an earlier version of the game, they were actually called carks. However, we have quite a wide range of diverse voice readers that voice the characters in this game. And cark... can be mispronounced in quite a lot of amusing ways. There is quite a lot of cut dialogue of people saying that and the dialogue taking quite a turn. I'm going to see. I do think we have some of that saved. I might take it and put it up on socials for people to see.
I didn't have to pronounce that at any point. I just can't imagine. Okay.
They were carks originally, but then they got changed to sarks because it was a little bit easier. But this particular
Shrine of the Cark.
Shrine of the Cark. Yep. There we go. That's still in there. That is still in there. Lord Anthony under review. But before we dive in, and I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to try and pull something from my own stream in here. This might break everything, or it might be awesome. But I just want to actually say, because I'm seeing a handful. Lord Anthony did some fantastic streaming, and Ivy herself did some amazing streaming. Wobbly in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of folks that have kind of jumped on during the launch period and spread the good word of the bird far and wide. So take a little heart from all of us here at Wired, and thank you for all of your time and sharing us with your communities, because it is very, very, very much appreciated. And I'm going to try and pull this back and hope that it didn't break everything, because I don't often switch between scenes like that.
I'm back. Good.
There we go.
That giant heart that you saw behind Gary, that was me.
That was Ivy. That was Ivy's heart. It is that big. It is that big. But anyway, where were we? Yeah, so the sark blood makes your bird more agile. So we push this, agility goes up. We push it, agility goes up. But if you look at the bird's eyes right now, that it ain't looking too hot. It's looking a bit like me on a Sunday morning, you know, like the morning after the night before, where you're looking a little bit red-eyed, you're looking a little bit a little bit under the weather. And when you actually read it, it's because it literally is stimulating the adrenal glands into a permanent fear response. So the reason your bird is so agile is because its adrenal glands are permanently firing off like, I gotta run, I gotta run, I gotta run. So basically, you're making your bird live in completely mortal terror the entire time. But the side...
So bad.
No, don't. It makes it go fast. It makes it really agile. It's good. It's good. It's a good thing to do. There are upgrades you can put on your bird that don't ruin its life, such as chants, which are a little bit more expensive, and they offer some pretty cool quality of life things. So this one increases the range that you pick up your splinters or bubbles, as they are affectionately known, and so on and so forth. So you can find upgrades without terrorizing your bird, but it's just an effective way to do it. A very effective way to do it.
Good. Go on our first mission now. I see. Let the adventure begin.
I'm excited, honestly. I'm even though I've done this many times, I'm excited to show off, to get my peacock feathers all up and just kind of flutter them out, peacock style. Maybe I need to get a peacock scene behind me.
Gary's gonna get the bar like this high, and tomorrow when I take the controls, you know, I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there. It's alright.
You see it. So,
it's okay.
we are accompanied by our wingman for this mission. Again, such a colourful character. And what we're going to be doing is we're going on a little bit of a patrol. We're almost like the mafia on this mission. We're just kind of going, hey, everyone, like, sure, things aren't looking great, but we're the Imperium, and we still hold a bit of sway around here. We're just going to show up. We're going to shake our tail feathers a little bit, kind of flutter out a bit, and go, hey, all you little settlements. We're watching. We got you. We got you. So we're going on a bit of a patrol. Nice and simple to break us in.
I'll be your wingman today. I'll assist you and assess your performance.
Freeman Serson. What a lad. What an absolute lad. And I saw some support in the chat for the Resident Evil 4 merchant, which makes me very happy, because he might be my favorite.
I think all of my favorite merchants are those that play Gwent. If I cannot play Gwent with the mountain, I'm not.
You know what? I would actually love. So I've never got into Gwent all that much, I must admit, because I'm far too dumb for it. But I'm a massive lover of card games and mini games like that, and video games. Like, this is probably going to be a controversial opinion, but it's why I think Final Fantasy VIII is the best one, because Triple Triad was the best mini game, and that's not a popular opinion. But it is mine. But thinking about it, I can only imagine what kind of crazy... Like what do the fishermen play when they're in their boats on the Great Ursee for days on end? You know, like what do they sit and play? We need Thomas to make those. Thomas would 100%... He would 100% make those. I would... Where's our card-based Falconeer game?
We need to imagine like Gwent like card game, but it's all about the birds. Oh, that would be so great. I know. Anthony says Gwent is your favorite card game ever. I'm gonna say mine as well. Gwent. I have a theory that the entire game of Witcher is actually about you playing Gwent and everything that's happening around it.
It's just a visual representation of Gwent.
Just a side stuff. Your main quest is to play as much Gwent as possible, and everything else just kind of gets you to your next match. That's how my playthrough of it was.
I mean, you know what? I think that's the beauty of those games, though, isn't it? That you can very much just take it your way. Like it's 100% how that goes. I've got a really weird RPG anecdote, actually, if you would entertain me on it, just while we're on patrol.
Okay.
I played. I've got a headcanon story to how one particular RPG ended, which was Fallout New Vegas. Which I played for a long time, and I very much enjoyed it. But I played on the old 360, and at the time, my hard drive was massively full, so I only had the autosave point. And after putting in a couple of 100 hours into Fallout New Vegas...
Oh, no.
There was a particular enemy...
You didn't tell me it was a scary story. I wasn't ready for this. Okay, continue, sorry.
There was a particular enemy, and I can't remember its name now. It began with a C. And I would swear here if I could, but we're family friendly here, so I'm not going to. So whatever its word was, actually just replace it with that C word, and you'll have a vague idea what I was calling it. But it's like a giant mosquito, and it poisons you. And I got caught quite badly by a group of them, and they crippled me, and they wounded me, and I was running away trying to get out of them, and I saw a door, and I went through the door to safety. What I didn't realize is that when I went through the door, it auto-saved, and it auto-saved with me on 1 HP and poisoned. So when I got through to the other side of the door, I died.
No.
And then I loaded, and it loaded me in, and I died.
No.
And then it loaded, and I could not save myself for the life of me. It was just never-ending. You know that Tom Cruise movie where he keeps waking up and dying over and over and over and over and over? That was my wanderer's life. That was my courier's life, was waking up and dying from poison and waking up and dying from poison. And eventually I just went, wow, okay, well, you know what? This is where my story ends. And my wanderer got poisoned and ran into a shack and died on his own from poison. And that, to me, that's how that story ended. It's a shame, so I was really enjoying it, but...
Wait, so you never still passed it? So that's just it?
That's it. I never finished the game. That's where it ended. Oops, sorry.
That is how your story ended. That is... I feel like that should be the new official canon ending.
I'd be okay with that. Cazador? Oh, Cazadors, that's what they're called. Cazadors just makes me hungry, though, I'm gonna be honest. And it means hunter. That's
means hunter in Spanish. Spanish is a beautiful language. You know what's another beautiful language is, Gary?
What's that?
Portuguese.
Yeah?
Did you get it?
No, I don't get it. Explain it to me.
Portuguese? Like, come on, Gary.
I'm not. Oh, the geese. Right. Okay. I was putting the emphasis on the Portu part of it, and I'm like, is a Portu a bird? I don't. Is a.
It's Gary.
Like, that's it. I'm taking my fish. I'm going home. I'm taking my fish. I'm going home. Oh my god.
Oh, no, that's okay. People in chat say about those enemies of yours, those giant mosquitoes, that they're easy when alone, but when there is a group of them,
yeah, they completely suck.
Yeah. Maybe because they're the mosquitoes. I'm not sure if that was a pun intended or not. I feel like there's just entire chat on 2 of the castings.
I'm honestly okay with that. I am 100% okay with that. You know what? We're going to see.
That is great.
This game is all about the fish. We're going to see if we can carry this fish with us as long as possible.
The entire time.
Yep, I'm going to try. This is going to be a. If this was a speed run, it would be like any percent fish run. Full completion, any percent fish run.
Name the fish. If you're taking that fish everywhere with us,
all right. Well, let's get a picture of the fish. First of all,
let's get a picture of the fish, and then we're
going to
come up with
the name. And then we're going to come up with the creative. We need a better backdrop for it. Actually, hold up. We need a better backdrop. Our fish needs a better backdrop, and we need a name. So we'll leave the naming to chat. And I'm going to go find a cool area to get a picture of our fish. Game question, is it multiplayer? It would be nice if 2 can play this game. Oh, that's good. That's good.
That took you like a second to
No, it didn't. I got it immediately, and I was disappointed. Not because it was bad, I was disappointed because I didn't think of it. And once I got over my initial my initial fish appointment, I cannot talk. Words are hard. My initial fish appointment... Woo! Disappointment of not coming up with it. Oh my lord. Okay.
I'll be right back. Cell phone is ringing. I really need to take my call. Okay.
Cool. And I saw that Charmzors was taking an early bird bath to go get some stuff in order. Thank you for joining us, Charmzors. If you are still in there, we will catch you on the other side. All right, this place is... You know what? This is cool. Let's fly just over the moor.
I really do love this place. I really like the idea of the moor. It's, really well done.
Right,
there's something so, I don't know, I want to say Lord of the Ring-ish about it, even if
it's
I don't know.
pretty fantastical, and it is one of the really cool kind of like. There's a lot of really cool places in the Ursee, like so many of them. But the more is like just so eye-grabbing because, like, I mean, before we dive into the photos, if you look at the world map, like it literally. Like just runs straight through the middle of the world. It literally runs this massive rift right across the middle of the in-game world. So much so that basically this particular point here, there's one little area where ocean still kind of exists. And it is a massive chokehold in which, like, it's a massive position of power because everyone that goes through in their boats is kind of like, okay, we can go through the nice controlled bridge, or we can go all the way around in kind of uncontrolled ocean territory. Of course,
if I was controlling the bridge, I would charge people.
Oh, and they do. Like, you know, it is a heavily taxed area that they need to go through. Control of the bridge is a massive. Oh no! What? I accidentally ate Kevin. I didn't mean to. I got button happy.
Can we all just press F in chat for Kevin?
It's okay. We'll get another Kevin. Here we go. Kevin 2.
There is only one Kevin.
Kevin 2. Okay, are we allowed to call him Kevin 2, or do we need a new name? Come up with a new name. We'll take a picture of this one. This is obviously the superior fish.
Kevin just gone. We can't have the second Kevin, so we need to come up with the name for this one as well.
Why don't we call it Perry? Why don't we call it Perry? We can like Kevin and Perry. And they can be like teenage fish that are just out on a mad adventure. Yeah, but it's like it's like the Ursee instead of Ibiza, you know? Okay.
It's like your Falcon's stomach instead of everything. The adventure
need to get a little bit higher. Morgan's a good one. Ooh. Morgan's a good one. Are we talking like Morgan Freeman, or are we talking like Morgan from Dragon Age? I guess that was Morgana though, wasn't it?
Both kind of sound really good. Are we taking a picture?
Yeah, we are. I just want to get like in a good height. Yeah, I need to get the framing right.
Good,
like,
sounds good. Kevin is
like I want to get the framing right, but I want the wings to be spread.
Okay.
There we go. That'll be good. So we want to be between these two, with the airship there, and hopefully the sun is going to be in a nice place for us. Where's the sun? The sun is not in a nice place for us. It's rising there. Okay, then we do it here. Yeah. We do it here. We just kind of get the sun catching just on the treetops there.
So what is the name? Are we naming the fish Morgan now? I feel like Morgan sounds really good. So was then Falcon and Morgan just like flying into the sunset on a little adventure?
On a little adventure. Just going on a little adventure. And then we together. So we'll get a nice.
Welcome on in. If you're wondering what we're doing, we're taking the picture of our fish friend because Gary accidentally ate our first fish friend.
To be fair, I think Morgan is a much superior name. I think chat's done a pretty good job of naming this one. I'm impressed.
I kind of loved Kevin. I'm sorry.
Everyone loved Kevin, especially the bird. The bird really liked. Our warbird really liked Kevin too.
It really did. It really did. Oh, we're getting.
Let's just pull the filter back a little bit. Want to get Morgan nice and in shot. There we go. Yeah.
Exactly, Anthony. That was I was about to say. If I was Kevin, I would be really mad.
There we go. Yeah, let's do that one. Awesome. There we go. All right. Anyway, now we're gonna try and keep Morgan alive until the end of the stream.
Before 5 minutes later, it's like no, Lena accidentally ate Morgan.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time. We'll do this one.
We'll do this one. This one is very good. It's like you've been practicing. Yeah.
I'm a dab hand. Oops, I ate Morgan. What's that breakfast cereal? Is there a breakfast cereal that's Oops? I keep hearing it being referenced in places, but I could be very wrong. Is it like Oops All Berries or something like that? There's like a fish-based. There's a fish-based cereal in the Falconeer called Oops Ate Morgan. And it's just...
Who would get a fish-based cereal? Seriously, though? A fish-based Oh, no. No. What would you put in the milk?
Oh, do we get to keep the fish? I think we... I think we do, you know. I think we do.
I didn't see the fish. Oh, we still have it. We still have it.
Success.
I can try. No, it's the other hand. It's over here. I can try. I was trying to touch the fish, but
I was trying to touch the fish. You don't want to kick a bird, but you're happy to touch a fish.
it's all about touching the fish. Given though the fish gives me the consent for me to touch it.
Or someone's been plundering him for materials.
It's going to be really good.
It's that straightforward. If you find the
We're not going to make it to the end of this Let's Play, are we? We're not. One of both of us are going to collapse.
and the whereabouts of our boys.
Either collapsed or kicked out.
Both.
Twitch,
please. Twitch, please.
There's only one outcome of all of this. So, are we on a different mission now? Because
Well, we're on a different mission now. We're going to be exploring boys. Not the Amazon TV show. But buoys. Buoys? Okay, can I get confirmation from the chat? Do American folks pronounce it buoys? Because I saw a lot of people in reviews and whatnot all saying, "Oh, you know, there's these buoys," and I'm like, "What's a buoy?" I know David Bowie, but we call them boys. Like Lost Boys. Like
as a person for whom English is not the native language, when I see the spelling of that thing, that's neither the way how I want to pronounce it.
Yeah, I guess, because the U is in there, right?
Yeah. Because I kind of want to pronounce it as boys, and I'm like, oh no, that can't be right. That has one of those words that has a really weird spelling. Cat says it varies based on the original dialect. Also,
buoys. Hello,
Buoys.
multi buoy. Buoy.
That's a new song. Okay.
Oh no! Hold on. We don't want to sing. We might get DMCA'd.
Okay, not singing.
Let's not sing. You know what?
It's a good thing because when you mentioned David Bowie, I kind of wanted to blast David Bowie off the top of my.
I mean, there's never a bad time. There's never a dad time. There is never a dad time. I just can't talk today, people. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
apparently, my words have just.
You were just stuck in the pun language, Gary. That's kind of what happens
fine.
here.
Honestly, I think it was Bubbles. I think it was your Bubbles that completely sent me. Bubbles happened, and it's all been downhill since then. I mean, I was winging it anyway, but Bubbles completely sent me. Buoyancy.
I mean, I have a thing for calling different things in games. You know, because reading is stuff, obviously, and whenever they're saying how they call their currency and when not, you just kind of call it the way you see it, and you know.
Yeah, okay, I'm down with that.
Bubbles is just the one.
I just want to point out right now we still have the fish. Admittedly, all we're doing is flying around looking for the missing boys or buoys, but we still have the fish.
It's good. Let's see if we can keep the fish. This is going to be like a new challenge.
Now, I just want to point out there is going to be a point where we need to pick up something else. Are we allowed?
Let's move on.
At that point, we kind of have to ditch the fish, right?
I don't think the fish is going to stay where. But then afterwards, we just need to find the red fish. And the moment you see the red fish, we're just going to assume that's Morgan, and we pick Morgan back up, and Morgan just goes on the adventure.
Yeah. What I think I might do is I might dive into the water like this. And then quickly eat it, like when we reach that point. No, when we reach that point, because I don't think we can drop the fish without eating it. So,
yeah, very true.
So we'll just all, similar to my Fallout story, our head canon is we're gonna drop Morgan back in the water like that.
100%.
Right.
Morgan's going back to its family.
And we'll pick Morgan up later. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what friends do.
Yeah, that's what friends do.
That is exactly what friends do.
Oh boy. Oh, no, don't shoot my fish! Don't shoot my fish!
Oh no! Oh, there we go.
It's okay.
Exciting.
It's okay.
There we go. I was waiting for this. We finally got into the fight. I was so excited.
Oh, there is 0% chance this fish is surviving this encounter.
This is just more challenging then. Google says boys American and boys is British. Okay. And it's not even 5 minutes in, so you know.
Whoa.
We're okay. We're keeping the fish. We're keeping the fish.
Oh! That was close. Alright, let's deal with the air threats first before we deal with the boat, because honestly, I like to give the boat my full, undivided attention.
So when you battle, do you eliminate the birds first? And then
I tend to. I like having a clear airspace above me, you know what I mean? Like, I like being able to roam freely without keeping one eye on my shoulder at all times. And the boats aren't anywhere as agile, you know what I mean? Like, you know the boats are going to be down, whereas the birds can kind of be everywhere. So I'll always try and nail the birds and air threats out the way first. And then...
It's very smart, because what I've been doing is I mostly attack like big targets first.
It's okay. We're still good. Birds there is kind of a railgunny weapon in here. We should probably save up for it. But what I'm going to do now is we're gonna take all the sails off this boat and just leave them a little bit stranded.
That is my favorite part, when you can shoot the sails and they're just, you know, being there with no birds to protect them.
Just like shooting fish in a barrel.
Imagine, like, funny you say that.
Oh no.
Imagine how it feels like when you are being shot down, not by just like a warbird, but by the one that's holding the fish.
I like to imagine that it gives us a tactical edge. You know what I mean? It would be the same as like in a standard military game if there was a like tactical operator, but they weren't wearing pants. Like you'd kind of you'd see them and then go, what is that guy not wearing pants? Like all of these Falconeers and all of these enemies are like seeing us and they're about to engage and they're like, is he holding a fish? You know, it just makes them pause for a second.
It's a tactical fish. I was about to say, you know, there's going to be a smell because, you know, Morgan probably would start smelling, you know.
I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like the Ursee probably doesn't smell great in general. Like, this amount of water. All right.
You should never say that when you're in Ursee. When you visit it next time, never say this.
I feel like this would be... There is not enough chlorine in the universe to keep this place, like, clean.
No, sorry. Hi, guys. Just, you know, in general, you know, your entire place doesn't quite, you know, smell so good. You know, just...
They'd be fine. They'd understand.
The smell is chemical warfare. That is very good. I love it. So the smell is the chemical warfare, and then, you know, it's a tactical fish. Yeah, it would be like wet bandits, but instead it would be like the fish. I
feel like we need to keep like dunking Morgan in the water though, just because they can't breathe in the air, can they? Can fish breathe out of water? I don't think they can. So we just need to
No, I don't think they can. It's alright. We're gonna keep him alive. We're gonna keep him alive. Hi there, Vicky. I see you there. Hello. Thank you for joining us. I'm a little bit busy watching Yari in combat, trying to.
It's okay. I'm appreciating, and to be fair, you've not been too critical so far, which I genuinely appreciate. The lungfish.
After you've pulled that trick where you caught the mine mid-air, I just don't know what to say. I kind of, you know, I feel like actions.
Hey, a broken clock. A broken clock is right twice a day. That's don't get used to it.
Okay, that sounds good. Speaking of birds and speaking of falcons, actually, which is you're probably scared I'm gonna pull another falcon fact on you, but it
is a general concern of mine that at any given moment I'm gonna get a falcon fact from you, not just on the stream, but in life in general. I'll be waiting for a bus.
I'm just gonna continue doing that. You'll just wait for a bus and you get a text message from me saying,
"Hey, here's a falcon fact." I'm like, unsubscribe. Why can't I unsubscribe?
And then you remember like how in Harry Potter the owls just kept bringing letters from Hogwarts when Elkin Vernon would not let them in. It would just be spamming you with Falcon facts on everywhere. All of your, emails, work one, personal ones, it's just letters coming over with Falcon facts. But this one is actually kind of cool.
Okay, hit me.
Because I don't know if you noticed, because I don't think you did, but you know that the SpaceX rocket is also called Falcon?
Yes.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
So what you're saying is we need to Photoshop a falcon head on that rocket. Is what you're saying?
Oh, that'd be so wrong, but
It would be wrong, but it'd be great. It would be great.
But I think that would be really awesome. The fact is, because it's really awesome, because yesterday, because I'm not sure how many people watched, I know a couple of people from my community was watching that with me at 4 in the morning for me. And at 1 a.m. in the morning, I think, for Europe. But there was a beautiful rocket launch last night. It was amazing. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I missed the footage. I went to bed early. I was an early bird last night. I'm just gonna keep flapping at one of these until it sticks. Honestly, one of these is gonna hit. People are gonna laugh. Multi987, are you the publisher of the game? I am the community/media person of the publisher for the game, which is dope, and I'm being joined by the fantastic Commander Ivy, who's actually helped out with a couple of our endeavors in the past, not just streaming them on her channel, but if any of you caught up or were present during the Deliver Us the Moon launch earlier this year, which was it was so much fun. That was such an amazing launch stream.
The only thing that I remember from that thing is Naked Yoda. I'm like scarred for life.
I forgot about the Naked Yoda. I forgot about it. Oh no!
It's kind of like
ew.
it's like the Bubbles equivalent for you, because like you remember Bubbles. I just remember Naked Yoda. I just
has it ruined the Mandalorian for you? Like every now and then.
Fun fact about Falcons. The 0G indicator for Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon last night was actually a Baby Yoda.
Okay.
So it ruined everything for me. So because the moment I just see Baby Yoda,
you just hear the Deepman brothers just like Naked Yoda, and they like Simpson style, just swimming around and nothing at all. Stupid sexy Yoda. Just
It was because it was also a thing when we were getting ready for a launch stream, and they gave me a riddle. They're like, Ivy, we hope you're ready for what's coming tomorrow, but we want to give you a little bit of the heads up as a little question. And I'm going with, okay, what's that? And they're like, what's green all over and has nipples?
What's green all over and has nipples?
That was the thing that they asked me. And Naked Yoda is the one.
Whale, hello there.
Yeah. Oh no, we can't because we have Morgan.
What if we tease it with Morgan? What if we just kind of like dangle Morgan above the whale? We should get a screenshot that makes it look like we're feeding Morgan to the whale, but like we actually don't. No, but we won't do it. We won't do it, but like just to make it look that way.
That would be so cool, though. Whales are amazing. One of my most favorite things about the game is like you feel how alive the world is. It doesn't really feel lonely because you can just see there is so much life in there.
Why does the whale have spikes?
It's a war whale.
It's a war whale. War whale. Is it? You know what? I'd like to imagine that in like an alternate universe, like it's these whales are like a crossbreed between like pufferfish and whales, and they're actually like this small. They're like tiny, but when they need to come to the surface, they kind of inflate and they just balloon up to a whale size, but they're covered in spikes. I could be wrong. I don't think that's actually lore accurate, but it's headcanon now for all of us. For all of us.
Gary, can you say war whale 5 times fast?
War whale, war whale, war whale. I nearly swore. War whale. War whale, war whale, war whale, war whale, war whale, war whale. I can't. I just end up sounding like a siren. I just end up sounding like an ambulance.
If you don't see a stream happening on this channel tomorrow, you all just know why. Because apparently when you put Commander Ivy and Gary together to have a playthrough of any game, it turns into a absolute disaster. So,
But isn't that kind of the point, though? Like, isn't that kind of like what the people are here for? Ah!
Do you think that was planned?
Calculated. Totally calculated. What is the main objective and goal of the game? So, the idea is, Multi, and welcome, by the way, if I have not already welcomed you. All of the times have merged into one consciousness in my brain. The objective of the game is you are a big warbird. Well, you're not actually. You're this cute little Falconeer, the titular character of the game. You're this little Falconeer dude or dudette on the back of a bird that is literally the size of a fighter jet, which is kind of bananas. Like, these things are huge. The people are people-sized. The people are like normal human size. The birds are just that much bigger. And I'm accidentally controlling time, but that's fine. That happens. You can have a little time control as a treat. And the idea is that you live in this really weird, cool, like, water world, open world universe where everything got flooded. And there's multiple factions that are kind of vying for control over this weird mystical land. And you basically fly around and do jobs for different factions and blow stuff up and do fishing and do time trials and shoot down other giant birds. And there is a giant crab, which I'm actually very looking forward to getting the crab. And I may be delaying our progress in the story here a little bit because I want you to be at the controls when we get to the crab. I kind of want you to deal with the crabs, because then I'm basically the entire time going to be, are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Like, over and over and over and over and over while you're playing it. And that's... I can't do that while I'm doing it, so...
Okay. I see how it is. I am excited, honestly, to see what's in it, because what Gary is doing right now, I have also done at a certain point, so we kind of both know this part, but everything that's coming past chapter 1 and further into the game...
That's all kind of new to you, right?
It's very new to me. I am going to go in blind, and I feel like this is the bestest way to go. So whatever we see and come across and whatever battles we have to participate in, it's going to be all new to me, and I'm looking forward to it, because when you're going to be seeing the excitement, it's going to be quite genuine. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to, you know, seeing all that. Sounds awesome in Waterworld, yeah.
Would also like to point out, still got the fish.
How could I resist playing chapter 2? It was very, 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 very tough. I had to, like, you know, hide all the controllers, you know, time
So
hands.
one useful thing, and this is worth mentioning, because I'm fairly sure you are aware of this, but you can also, on the menu, there is a straight-up fly home button that takes you all the way back to the last place that you rested. So if you complete a mission and it's out in the middle of nowhere, that's totally fine. You just fly home. And it takes you back.
Oh, this is really great. It's
We didn't
really
we didn't do very well there.
You didn't do very well though.
Well, I was very accurate, but we only killed one thing. I think our wingman carried the weight there.
We got 33. Whenever the game gives me a score in the end, sometimes I feel like crying.
Yeah, you just like B+, try harder. Okay, I'm gonna change our weapon out.
Which one are you getting?
I'm gonna get the magnetar rifle, because honestly, I really like the magnetar rifle. It's like, it's my favorite. It's not the most powerful.
Okay.
But it's a little bit less spammy, and it's a little bit more accurate, and it's a little bit like punchy. And you can still use different types of lightning with it, which is important for me as a person.
Okay.
We're also going to put some more mutagens up in here.
I'm asking because I'm not sure if that was the one that I used, because I did change my weapon and I was using the one that with the lesser rate of fire, but
Yeah.
more damage.
Yeah, that's this one. That's this one. I like. There are more weapons further in the game, and they're crazy ones. So you've got like a kind of like a shotgunny type one where you have to get in real close, and it fires a load of spikes, and goes, bleh, and they go like that. And then there's.
If I get a shotgun and I play the game, and can you please do the sound effect for my shotgun?
Well, we just like Jambo style make all the sound effects for the. Blah, blah, blah. That's the noise that a Falconeer's shotgun makes. Blah, blah, blah. It's not. Yeah, exactly.
Great to have if you would purchase the Ivy and Gary SFX for the game DLC, because we can rank Thomas up and we can make it happen. I feel like
Just a sound pack for the game. That's just us making the noises. That would be. But then we play the long con, so we make it and we sell it to people. But then we are carrying the fish and the item. What? But now I'm worried because the button to drop the item is the same one to eat the fish.
I had questions about it because I was wondering if we can both carry the item and the fish, and it turns out that we can. But now what's going to happen with the little fish?
I don't know. There's only one way to find out.
There's only one way to find out. Hello, crew.
So, story update for those that missed us while we were talking about our own vocal talents. So the opposite order of the Imperium, who we are rocking with right now, is the Mansa. And they're a little bit different as far as their kind of structure and how everything goes, in that they are kind of really, really mystical, and they're super old, and they've been around for many, 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 many years, probably as old as the actual Great Ursee itself. And they dive down to the very bottom, and they pick up all of these relics and antiquities, and their whole thing is about hoarding knowledge and using it to kind of control and shape everything. And right now, these particular fishermen that we are working on have access to a mine that's on the edge of the moor in kind of Mansa space. And they are allowed to mine it for resources, but they have to give a certain amount of it to the Mansa, like a regular tithe, as they call it, in order to maintain kind of their good favor. Is, yeah, we'll let you mine this place, but you got to give us a cut, and then that's kind of the arrangement. So right now, we're taking that cut, and we're rocking over to the Mansa to go give it to them, which is where we are at right now. Before we dive in, though, a big welcome to the crew in the chat. Good to see you, crew. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And that I believe you had tornado. You and Ms. Chaos, you had tornado warnings recently, right? I hope you're both safe.
Oh, tornadoes are scary.
Yeah, like I've seen a lot of people hitting those, so I hope y'all are staying nice and safe. But we're also going to bid a farewell to James McKnight.
Thank you for hanging out, James.
Thank you for hanging out. We'll be here the same time tomorrow with my wingman. I forgot that you were up and not down. My wingman, my wingman at the controls. It should be a super exciting time. Please look after yourself, James, and have an astounding rest of your Monday. Right, let's go get this tithe off. Mansas ride dragons that are not called dragons. It's true. They ride the Mystic Weaver. That's my favorite voice line in this game.
Yeah.
I ride the Mystic Weaver.
Air tacticals and water worlds, as Jaredars love the merge of two elements. I really do love the two, because you get to enjoy both the air and the water. You know, Ivy's best wingman.
Alright, wingman, I need a permission check here. So, the pirates have ambushed us as we've gone to drop this off, and we've been told to stay out the way. We can do that, and the fortress defenses will 100% take care of it, but we'll get a really bad rating. But if we try and get involved, there's a chance that they might blow up the item and we fail the mission. So that's the first decision, is are we going to hide and just let the Mansa deal with this, or are we going to get involved? The second question is if we get involved. Now, while we're carrying this tithe, we can't actually do any of our barrel rolls or anything. We can't actually... So we need to drop it if we want to be sure that we don't damage it. But we might eat the fish if we drop it, so like...
We clench everything. We pray for Morgan. We drop the cargo that we're having right now, and then we go and kick butts. And
you know what? I'm going to take one for the team here.
Look at those dragons, though.
Together, friends.
I'm gonna take one for the team, and I'm just gonna try and keep the fish going.
Okay. All right. When I played this one, I'm not even sure. I was a little cowardly, and I flew away and I hid. And,
That's fine. That's I mean that's what you're told to do.
Yeah, and then I got lost.
Ooh.
And by the time I found where I was supposed to go, it was all over, and it was good.
I think.
We're taking our
I think we're good.
cargo
You think we're
toward
good?
I
destination.
think
Are
we're
we?
good.
Oh, look at us.
But I'm not seeing. I think there's an enemy hiding somewhere. I think there's one being sneaky and hiding in the clouds. Because our combat music is still going. But there is no. Aha. Is it you? There he is. I see you, Sneaky McSneakerson. They were sneaky. They were sneaky. The combat music was still going. There we go. Whew.
Super sneaky ones.
Okay, we had to get our hands dirty a little bit. Right, now, is this going to keep the fish when we drop it? Everyone pray for Morgan.
I hope it, I don't know. I mean,
Never the toy.
Morgan was a brave fish, so if Morgan has to go,
Oh, Morgan! Okay, we still got Morgan.
oh, good. Okay.
You know when you go to the fairground? You know when you go to the fairground and you do like the coconut shy stuff and you see that teddy that you want and you can
Yeah.
buy it for $25, but you can play the game for like $2. So you spend $250 trying to win the game, and then you eventually do, but there's no teddies left, so you go away with the goldfish. And that goldfish only has 2 modes, right? Like circus, like carnival goldfish. They live for 3 hours or they live for 30 years. There is no in between. Like they're either immediately gone or they're with you forever. And I feel like Morgan is
that right?
yeah, but Morgan's the one that lives forever, whereas Kevin was the one that lived for 3 hours. You know what I mean? Like it's.
I see the comparison.
Yeah?
I see exactly how it is. Poor Kevin, though. I feel really bad.
Morgan's a forever fish. Exactly. Forever fish. Forever.
I've never had any fishes growing up.
No?
No, I once had snails because I used to grow up. I'm a small town girl, and I used to grow up in a small little town with a pond in it.
Just a small town. Nope.
Nope,
Nope, Nelly. Nope, nope. Nelly. Carry on.
Okay. Hold it.
Hold it.
I just see both of us pressing the offline button at a certain
Yep,
point, and then
just-
just blasted all of the songs that we were holding that time, and then just get out. Anyway, the snail story. So
Yep.
we go for a walk with mom and dad, and it's summertime, and dad goes for a swim, dives, and comes back holding a little snail shell. And I'm little, and I really liked it, and I'm like, oh, daddy, can you get me more? So he gets a jar, obviously,
Yep.
fills it with water, and then dives about 25 times and pick up those snail shells and puts them in the jar, and we take it home. And I go home and I'm happy because it's just snail shells and it's really fantastic and cool looking. So I put them in the kitchen in the middle of the night. I get thirsty. I go to the kitchen, I turn on the light, and I see that out of those snail shells there are now actually snails.
Oh god. I'm gonna be
Dark-looking
honest.
Snails with their whole little antlers out, about 25 of them.
Antlers?
Whatever they call the
Antlers?
the-
What kind of
the-
snails do you have in Russia? What kind of...
We have radiation, okay? Don't judge.
Oh my
And,
god.
I yelled. It was terrifying. It was so bad.
I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely was terrified. There was a moment where that story was in danger of pivoting to a really bad place when you said that you, your sentence went. So we put all of these snails in a jar and filled them with water. Anyway, I left it in the kitchen, and during the night I got thirsty, and I was like, oh my god, she drank the snails. She drank the snail water. She drank the snail water. She woke up, she went downstairs, she drank the snail water. Oh god, like I thought that's where this was going. I thought this was going to be a horrible...
No. I have another story about that, but that's for another day. The story when I got thirsty as a kid. So anyway, all of those snails, they went down the toilet, unfortunately. That's how their journey ended.
But they live on forever in the sewers.
In the sewers.
Yeah,
so
with the
if one
Ninja
day-
Turtles. With the Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles.
if one day you're in the small town in Russia and there's like a giant snail man, you know,
What?
fighting
Yes,
monsters,
outrage.
you know who made that
We
happen.
provided the order. We don't
If you cause the apocalypse due to careless allocation of snails, I mean, sure, that's how I'm gonna go. I'm fine.
I'm not even sorry. I want to see it.
Pawns and a much greater game, but that does not make you immune to
So-
consequences.
While we were discussing that snail antenna horror show, we've got a very quick story update there. This fine bespectacled fellow just above Ivy here is a representative of the Mansa Order, those big powerful people that we were talking about, and they are happy that we turned up with the tithe. We did good job us. Yo, high five. Can we high five from here?
Okay, I'm trying.
Can we? I don't. We don't. I
I'm just.
can't-
I'm pressing.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If one of those probably connected, but regardless, we did a good job. But they're kind of mad at us because we were fighting around their turf. They're like, "Hey, why are you shooting up?" And even though that wasn't really our fault, even though it was just a bunch of rogues turning up, going, "Hey, what you got there? What you got there?" They're still really mad that we fought over their turf, and as such,
What you got?
show us what you got. They decided, you know what, we're not gonna let you, we're not gonna let you use the mine anymore, which is a bit rude, if you ask me. But it's all right because we've got our pride,
Outrageous.
we've got our fish, and we've got Catsmith saying that this is much more interesting than my day job, but I need to enter more sales orders. So lurking, you lurk away, Cat. Thank you for joining us. We
Absolutely.
appreciate the lurkers out there. We know you exist. It's one of the.
I think provide the best background noise.
It's the best. We love the lurkers. Y'all are the unsung heroes.
Absolutely.
Lurk away.
Snail and Tina's tentacles, upper tentacles or eye stalks. How come eye stalks sound better than antlers? I don't know. Anyway, snails were terrifying. There are some snails that are very pretty. Those spawn snails, they were the worst. You know, mistakes were made. Still regret it. Still remember the story. This is really the.
It's all good. It's all good. Sometimes you just need to process it. You know what I mean? Like this is. Don't get me wrong. Streaming is not therapy. It genuinely isn't. There's an awful lot of people that put a lot of weight into streamers being therapists, and honestly, that it is so far from the truth. But it is a great place to vent your spleen, or whichever weird turn of phrase you want to use. Get it off your chest. Like just get your weird snail fear out in the open for the world to see. But I do apologize if your community now start posting snails everywhere.
I'm not even scared of them. That's the thing.
Oh, you're not?
Plus,
Well, that's a shame.
my community posts spiders. They know I hate spiders. So
I'm
every
not
now
a fan of spiders. I'm
Every
not a
now
fan
and
of
then-
spiders.
You know how on Discord you can get the post that's marked as spoiler, so you have to click on it to actually see it.
Oh no!
How many times have
Oh.
I clicked on it to find a picture of a spider?
I would lose. Honestly, this table would be.
Flip?
Yeah, it would be flipped. I'm. Oh.
Toxic community. I think I'm blessed with the community that I've got.
So do you want a horrible story?
Yes.
So okay, just immediately on board. You're like, yep, sure, or whatever. Yeah, obviously. Toxic community. So the other night I was lay in bed. That's not the horrible part. But I was lay in bed and I woke up and I've got what I like to call it an attempt at a beard going on right now. It's mainly just quarantine laziness. I do need to stop punching my microphone. It's mainly just quarantine laziness more than anything. But I was sat, and when it gets to a certain length, you get this like anyone that has a beard will know this. You get these little like prongs that come out of your mustache, and eventually they'll get to a length where they start like getting onto your lips.
I know exactly how it feels, Gary. Don't even mention it. It's
I mean, you've got.
Up top. Oh, don't even. Oh man, I feel every single. Yeah.
I woke up at like 2 a.m. and I could feel like bristles on my lips, and I was like, that's obviously my mustache, and it was irritating me. So I went like that, and I rubbed my mouth, and then something began going crazy against my hand, and it wasn't my mustache, it was a spider. It was a spider in my mouth, like just chilling on the edge of my mouth, and I was like, oh, like that, and I completely lost my mind, and I just slapped my face, and the spider landed on my bed, and I'm terrified of them, right? So I just straight up went into fight or flight, and I just punched it. And then there was this spider just dead in bits on my bed, and I kind of sat and looked at it, and I'm like, we're now gonna deal with this. You know, like.
Is this when you burned your previous place and moved to a new one?
Yeah. We did leave very shortly after that. But yeah, that was one of those of just like really groggy, not really paying attention, and then utter terror, and then an immediate reaction, and then regret, and then just it was.
Good luck.
It was a moment. What is up, Sarcastic Jay? Good to see you. Another one of those fantastic streamers that I helped out on a Steam stream. How we doing, Jay?
Hi, Sarcastic Jay. Happy to see you.
Yeah.
So I just kind of imagine, you know what would be more funny? Just take that story.
Literally anything is funnier than a spider in the mouth. Literally anything.
Facts. But, it would be kind of awesome if that was me telling that story of how I wake up and I feel this person and I touch it and I'm like, oh, must be my mustache, you know, just gotta trim it a bit. And then find out it's, you know, a spider. This is crazy though.
A spider in the mouth is hilarious. Multi, no. No. By the way, fish check.
We still got
we
the fish.
We still got the fish. This is grand. This is grand.
We still got the fish. This is really good. Terrible story though. I don't even know. I don't know how you were able to sleep afterwards because I
don't think I did. If I'm honest with you, I don't think I slept for days.
Because I don't think that it would be a thing. Because in our previous place that we've moved away from, bathroom would just get so humid, and it's an old building. So there's, like,
they love that.
Yeah, so there's just like no ventilation there. Pretty old building, very humid bathroom, and we started seeing those little bugs, like, you know, those that have like thousands, million tiny legs. They're super gross, and yeah, that was.
Well, we need to. I should enable clipping on this. That's what I need to enable clipping for the channel. Remind me to do that, someone. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
What would you rather fight? One, like, falcon in the Falconeer size spider, or 100 spider-sized falcons.
100 spider-sized falcons. Hello, of course. I'm probably no. There's. Can you imagine the falcon-sized spider?
Yeah, that's.
Just
earwigs?
Just walking into the bar. No.
I'm going to be honest with you. I can't remember the last time I saw an earwig. Thinking about it.
Yeah, are those? Is earwig the name for those tiny bugs with
they got like little forky tails. They got like that little.
Oh, they are so gross. So yeah. So the moment. So the thing is, they would normally chill in the bath, right? So you turn on the lights, it's just chilling there. So you wash it down with water, and then you're good, and disinfect the entire area. But one morning, it was just sitting on top of my toothbrush. I'm not even kidding. It was just. Yeah, we moved pretty fast afterwards. We moved to a new place pretty fast. I think it was like a week and we were just gone because I couldn't. And if I woke up and there was a spider or any sort of bugs sitting there, That would be just bad. What's that?
It's the chest, but it's right near the edge of the mall.
We have to pick it because it has, like, it's probably full of bubbles. It's probably full of bubbles.
It's full of bubbles.
We are having both the fish
The fish in the chest.
and the chest full of bubbles. That is exciting. That is great. That is super duper great. That is awesome. So, speaking of fears, okay, are you scared of spiders? Is there anything else you're scared of? Asking for.
Oh, heights.
No, but
I'm not good. I'm not good with heights.
So, it sounds like me though. I'm not very good with heights, and I'm not very good with spiders. But with heights, I have the fear that somebody's going to come over and just push me over the ledge. That is
Basically, being trapped on like a really high ledge with a load of spiders is like that is like, I think, the worst that could ever happen to me. Ever. Like, not that I think anyone should kidnap me and put me in like some kind of sore, I want to play a game kind of thing. But if you did, that would be how you did it, would be to just put me like on top of a mountain and then just flood the area in spiders, and I'd probably just cry.
That's not how Saw works, because Saw never punishes you for the sake of punishing you. If you remember
That's
the
true.
movie, it was
That's
always
true.
about the lesson. It was always about learning a lesson. There's something that you've
Did
done.
Did you see?
Yeah.
Did you see the stories that came out like last year and stuff of the spider hurricanes?
No.
Spider hurricanes. So you know the whole like Sharknado thing? Like it was actually happening, but with spiders. So like it was. So, and it was kind of crazy because there were this entire town that had basically been wrapped by spiders. Like the trees had just been claimed by them because they were getting picked up by the winds and just carried, and it became this like hurricane of spiders that just. Yeah.
Where in the world was that?
I don't know. I think they burnt it to the ground, which is honestly the only reasonable. It's the only reasonable action.
Good. Yeah, Jared, the environment in the Falconeer can be really immersive. You get into the real thunderstorm, and it feels like one.
This is illegal.
Wait, that's illegal.
Take this information to the Royal Court of Imperial Harbour.
Right.
Do we know the person who did voice acting for a wingman in game?
I might actually see if we can get a hold of them and have them on, because their voice in particular is just like so incredible. Like a lot of people, it's not that people don't like it, but people get so taken aback by it. Like the very first time you hear it, because it is so larger than life. And once you spend like half an hour with him, you're like, actually, I love this dude. Like, this is crazy. And so many people point him out. And I might have to see if I can speak to Thomas and get him to put us in touch and get him in.
I love it.
Because I think that would be incredible. Yo, Faith, how we doing?
Hi, Faith. Happy to see you. Hello. Welcome in.
Against the wall, and I'm done being played a fool.
So, what is the story? What's going on?
So, right now, we've taken the tithe over to the Mansa, and they said, yo, as we mentioned, thanks for the money, but y'all are, like, acting kind of out of pocket around here, so, well, we're gonna stop you using the mine for your own good. And obviously, we take offense to that. We're like, no, come on, man. It's the equivalent of, like, the bully in school. You know, like when the bully would like pull your hair for like years and years and take your lunch money and shove you into the lockers every day for 4 years. James Robinson. No, I'm joking. But they would do that over and over and over, and then like eventually you would retaliate, and then you'd get in trouble. You know, that kind of cliche where it's like you hit the bully, so you both get in trouble for it. So it's kind of like that where the pirates got involved, and even though we did the right thing in defending ourselves against them, the Mansa are like, yeah, but nah, you're still in trouble now. You've got detention. But after a little bit of investigating and a raid on that pirate in the last mission, it turns out that they're actually being funded by one of the other houses. So now we're basically sending them. We're kind of being a bit like the UN. We're sending them a letter, going, oi, what you playing at? Like, why you funding pirates here, mate? Come on, like this is a bit. So that's where we're at.
I had an idea about what we're sending them. you know, like what's in the because you have a
What's in the
box, right?
box?
What's
in the box?
Like if that was Game of Thrones, that would probably be like a
head.
Like, you know, I
Yeah.
was about to say.
You're
like
about to say a head. Yeah.
But my original idea is, you know, there's something a bit like more smelly, so you know that they open it and they're like, okay, we are in trouble.
It's Kevin. We put Kevin in there. It's Kevin.
Kevin.
It's Kevin.
Kevin wasn't smelly. And then a note: see this fish? This is you.
Look at this fish.
Yeah. That would be super great. But honestly though, funding the pirates really low.
Well, we are not in favor of that. We are against that, top to bottom. Not a fan. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend. Oh my god. All right. I only see 2 of them. I think we got. Oh, please. You see, we're playing such a risky game here. Even though we're not on the hardest mode, we're making this kind of harder trying to keep Morgan alive. Because we need to keep these items alive. We need to keep the items from being destroyed. Which normally would mean you would drop it somewhere safe when you went into combat. But because if we drop it, we're going to eat Morgan. We have to keep the item on us, which... I mean, that's not ideal.
No. So I've looked up and I found a website that's called Pirate Name Generator. Okay.
Okay.
But because since we're talking about the pirates, I kind of want to find out what our pirate name would be.
Okay.
So we need to suggest some first names. So I'm gonna put in Gary.
What's a good pirate name? I don't think Gary's a very good pirate name.
No. I'm putting in the suggestions and then it's gonna generate some names. I'm putting in Lena and I'm putting in Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah? Some colors. I need 3 colors. You give me one.
Purple.
Purple. Alright. I'm gonna put in blue. Because I really like blue. And 1 color from chat. Chat, give me 1 random color.
Give us a color, chat.
Yeah,
give us a color.
Red. Awesome. Now I just need some
Thank you,
adjectives.
Patty.
3 of them. 3
Ooh.
adjectives. 1 adjective.
Ooh.
Tough one. So, I mean, tough is not an adjective, it's probably an adverb.
Hot?
Blackmail? We invented that game.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. Hot is good. Is smelly an adjective?
Yeah, I'd say it is.
Smelly? Okay. And then we need 1 more. And glorious. Because why not? And now we need a place. This one though.
Time to pay the good people of Dunkel a visit. Ready?
Nobody can think of any place.
Sail.
Uranus. God damn.
Okay, good. That's a place.
That's a place that exists.
Good. And all right, the first it says. Oh God. It says
go on
pirate.
then.
It says pirate names inspired by Gary, Lena, and Kevin.
Let's start with a sincere apology.
Kevin Purplebeard is the first one.
Yep, okay.
Cutthroat Gary the Hot is another one. Excuse me. Oh my God, the next one is going to be mine because the next one is Lena Smelly Parrot.
Lena Smelly Parrot?
Why are you why are you Cutthroat Gary the Hot and I am Lena Smelly Parrot? Just, you know.
Where? I need to get the phrasing on this right. Where does Uranus come into this? Why?
I have one with Uranus and it has your name on it. Okay, it's Gary the Uranus. Literally, what it says.
Gary the Uranus. You know what? That almost sounds like a wrestling name. Like that sounds like a wrestling name. I'm okay with that.
And the final one that I really like, it's first make Lena the Glorious.
That's a good pirate name. That's a great pirate name. You know what? Actually, Gary the Uranus. That's my Sailor Moon name. That's my Sailor Moon name.
All right, great, great. Sailor Moon name. I love it. All right, I think we are running across. Yeah. The ship protecting it.
We are indeed. So we took the bribe, as it were. Stop funding pirates, have some money, and stop being a jerk over to the House Bourgeois. who took one look at it and went, you know what, we normally kill people that do this because we are far above it, but we actually are really good at it ourselves. But we're gonna take a trip over to Dunkel and then see you in person because you are obviously incapable of handling this. So now we're escorting them.
There we go. That's the word that I was looking for. I really love this part of the game because you see them all on your right, and I love the silhouettes of the bird structures there, just kind of like peeking across the clouds.
I can't wait for you to learn what they are. That's what I'm more excited for.
I have no idea what they are yet. I just know that they're, you know, pretty gorgeous. So I really do love seeing that. And yellowish / orangey colors are probably my favorite as well. So it's
yeah, there's actually quite a lot of debate in the Falconeer Discord about people's favorite colors for screenshots. And Thomas did actually, and goodbye, Faith. Take care. Thank you for dropping by. I don't know where that came from. Thomas did kind of design all of the colors from each faction to kind of look better in certain times of day. So like all the Imperium stuff looks really nice against like stark, bright daytime blues and whites, whereas the Mansa look really cool at nighttime, and so on and so forth. I'm a big fan of the kind of dusky sunrise, sunset. Like those oranges and yellows are they're my jam. They're what I love. But
that was a big boom. Was that the ship?
Yeah, that was the ship basically going, nah, get out of here.
That was a big boom. I agree with you on the yellowish, reddish kind of, because it just looks really warm, and if you have the clouds, you just have like this warm, fuzzy feeling inside, you know, and it's just feels really cool.
Oh boy.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Good. There we go.
It's just a little airborne. It's still good.
We got it. We've got it. I was thinking those bird sculpture had a meaning. I thought it was dragons, but looks different, says Jar. Yeah, well, I guess we will have to keep playing and watching and find out, because I'm excited. As we mentioned earlier, much of the lore stuff will be new to me, and I am totally excited to just discover everything and unlock things and see what things are. This is going to be really good.
All right. We made it back to Dunkel. There were no casualties. We still have a fish intact. I'd say that was mission success.
I just love how we still have the fish.
Yeah, I'm actually quite impressed that we've managed to keep this fish going. I'm going to be very honest with you. I did not think that we were going to keep this fish alive as long as we have.
Seems that House Borgia is willing to
I gotta just have like a lot of pressure. I feel like a lot of pressure if we will have to keep the fish. If I have to keep that fish, might not happen.
All right, I think we have time for one more mission, because I think this one's a little bit of a short one, so we should be able to get this one. Should we knock this one out?
Yeah, let's make it happen.
All right, let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
We have come to a deal.
Right, so House Borgia have basically turned round after we went to escort them, and the pirates attacked us, and House Borgia have gone, right, actually, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't be doing this. So they've decided to. They've decided that they've learned a bit of a lesson, and they've gone.
We apologize for our actions. We had not foreseen this outcome. However, now we both have something to gain from working together. Firstly, we're gifting Dunkel a cutter.
So now we get one of our own big ships.
Ship from the Marshes Wharfs. You will be escorting it from Cleft Spire back to Dunkel.
Once we have established our new naval forces at Dunkel, we will support clandestine efforts to eliminate pirates together with House Borgia.
So they're basically saying, really sorry for supplying the pirates with stuff. Let us give you a big boat that's like super powerful to make up for it. And I'm not trying to say that I'm a material kind of gal. You know, at the end of the day, it takes a little bit more than just slinging a warship my way to win my heart, but I'll not turn one down, you know?
You won't. I kind of still didn't want to, because when I played that part of the story and they said, yeah, you know, we were not being, you know, probably not the smartest, you know, funding the pirates and doing everything, but here's the shit. I didn't want to accept it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like, hey, screw you, buddy, about it. You know what I mean?
How can
It's
you-
kind of
how
like,
can you trust someone?
yeah,
you know?
like you can't just throw warships at everything to make it better. Which is a lesson that I learned the hard way, and it's why I'm no longer allowed to play battleships. But, but
Oh, yeah, that is. I'm just looking forward to the whole Game of Thrones kind of thing. I'm just looking forward to it. What do you think about the ending of that, by the way? I don't think I ever asked.
I actually have never watched. Oh, whale! Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Woo! Sorry, officer. It was a drive-by whale. It just came out of nowhere. Honestly.
Okay. Okay. Good. We're both safe. You safe. The fish is safe. It's all good.
The
never went to Wales, says Patty.
I actually think that's why it went for us. I think that's why it went for us. It's been hearing us boasting about Morgan the entire time, and it was like, right, I'm going to wait for him to fly low. And I'm just gonna have it.
Make it happen.
But I honestly, I never watched Game of Thrones.
No.
So, okay, let me... God, I feel like we can't talk specifics, because this is going to be uploaded.
No.
This is going to be uploaded on YouTube, and I know, I absolutely know that if I was to talk specifics, I can see the comments already for people ruining... or people upset that I ruined a particular part of Game of Thrones. So I'm not going to talk specifics. But what I will say is I did not watch Game of Thrones until I think it was very late. It was like in the 3rd season, 4th season. And there was a particular character...
Okay.
...who was a bit of a very mean person. And I watched...
So many people were mean.
I watched one episode, like literally, the person I was watching it with had just started watching it, and they were like, come and watch an episode. And this particular person, and that's all I can give, is that they're very, very mean. I can't give anything else about them because it'll spoil who it is, but they were very mean. And I spent the entire episode going, I really don't like this person. I hope something bad happens to them. And then something bad did happen to them, and I was...
feel bad?
And no, but then everyone was happy about it. And I was like, they were shocked, but they were happy. And I was like, well, of course that was going to happen. Like, duh. Like, that guy was such a jerk that he was totally going to have something bad happen to him. Like, And I just, like, didn't understand why everyone was losing their minds. But then when I told this to someone, they were like, no, like, we've been waiting for this to happen for, like, 3 years. You don't understand how, like, unexpected that was, kind of thing. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, that's fair enough. And again, I'm probably doing a very bad job of explaining it, but apparently I caught the worst episode I could have caught for someone watching it the first time. Was how someone explained it to me.
I have no idea who you're talking about, and I watched all of it.
Yeah.
So
Okay, that's good. I did a good job.
Either I did a very bad job at remembering everything, or you were doing a very, yeah. I mean, So
But,
I have no idea.
I feel like I will, and I kind of did myself dirty. Like with Breaking Bad, for example, I didn't watch any of it until it had all finished, and then I went back and I watched it all in one. I'm really bad at consuming content as it comes out. I need it all there. I completely lose patience if I have to wait for it.
Just binge watch everything.
Yeah, I am 100% a binger. So I kind of waited, and I was like, I'll watch Game of Thrones when it's all over. I apparently watched the worst episode to get into. I'll watch it when it's all over. And then everyone hated it, apparently, the ending. Everyone was like, no, we hate it, it's ruined now. And I'm like, oh, do I want to get invested? Like, I'll run out of stuff to do at some point, and I'll probably watch it. Like, I can't not, to be honest. I feel like it's got enough, like, pop culture validity now that, like, there's going to be far too many references that like, just won't be picked up on unless you've seen it. So I will watch it. It's just a little lower down on my list at the moment than watching Twin Peaks again for, like, the 70th time, because...
Because that's the top priority.
Because I mean,
Obviously. obviously. I'm having a very tough time getting into the TV shows lately because there was that point where I would just binge watch everything, and many of those TV shows were very good ones. I think my recent one that I loved the most was The Crown. That's on Netflix. That's the show about.
Not seen that yet.
That's the show about the Queen of England, and it's a little bit more on the dramatic side. I'm not sure if that's approved by the Queen and everyone that it's about, but I feel like it has to.
The
be.
royal seal of approval.
I feel like you have to have the approval to actually make a show about it. Toast, the new season is out, which is great. I'm saving it because that's the one that I've recently, I think, loved the most. But I have a thing, and that happens to me with video games as well. Sometimes when you consume a lot of something in a very short period of time, then you just have a very hard time starting something new. It's like, it's not the trust issues, it's just a commitment, because the moment you watch that first episode, you officially signed the contract with the binge devil.
Yep.
Which means you have to watch all of it now. And I've been very reluctant to start something new. And I think it applies to bigger AAA games as well. Because the moment you start playing it and do a couple of hours of a mission, you sign that commitment of doing.
That's it. I'm invested now.
Yeah, at least 100 of them. So I've been very reluctant getting into it. And that's where indie games come in super handy.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I can pick this up and I know exactly what I'm getting into. So
yeah, and this is when the indie games are getting to be super helpful.
Oh my god, I would not want to be on this ship. They're getting absolutely battered.
The vomit comment.
It's just this is absolutely going on one. Now it's like, do y'all have them over there, like in the theme parks and stuff? You know, like the giant ships that are on like the swings that they'll go ring, ring. It's like one of those.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I love going on one. You have to sit as far from the center as possible.
Yeah, you got to go right on the edges, otherwise it's not. Otherwise it's not real. Yep.
I love roller coasters. What can I say? It's really good. The Boys is great, but it's on Amazon, so lots of people are missing it. I am missing things that are on Amazon, unfortunately.
Okay, that was a little quicker than expected. This next one is a full-on big pirate assault that is kicking off. Now, if we end here, that means your first mission tomorrow is going to be this big pirate assault. What do we reckon? Do we want to quickly deal with this, or do you want to do you want to tackle the big spectacle fight tomorrow?
I tackled it when I streamed on Steam.
Yeah,
so...
yeah. You think you've got this?
I mean, I don't know. But honestly, I don't know. I'm torn. For one thing, I really want to start with that tomorrow.
Yeah,
and just
it will start off with a bang. It will start off with a literal and figurative bang.
Yeah, I might die.
I like that idea. Yeah, no, but honestly, we didn't die once, and I'm quite impressed.
No, don't worry. We're gonna, catch up on that tomorrow.
Do we need a death counter? Do we need to add a death counter to the screen? I can do it. We can put it. We can put it in one of these corners probably. We should have a running death counter for both of us. So like a me death counter.
Oh, we can make it a competition.
Yeah, we can make it a competition. Oh.
The moment. Oh, that would be. Let's make the death counter competition. Then it's gonna be like Ivy deaths and then Gary's death.
We could probably. Okay, I like that idea. We will add a death counter to the stream tomorrow, and we'll keep track over the course of the playthrough as to who was the.
Who wins? The one that's got the bigger number?
No, the one that's got the lowest. The one that's got the lowest. More death. No, more death isn't a good thing.
We'll discuss the rules tomorrow.
Okay, well, look, this is all semantics. This is all just this is all odds and ends. But the biggest mystery is going to be: will we keep Morgan? We kept Morgan that entire show. When we load this, we won't.
I said nothing. I'm not touching. What? What was that?
Well, either way, I cannot wait for it. Right, guys, girls, non-binary pals, everyone in between, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been... I hesitate to call it work, because I get to do stuff like this, but it is some of my favorite work to do, is to come and hang out with amazing content creators and, you know, play games in front of just the most amazing crowd in the universe. So thank you all very much. Big love to those from the wide neck of the woods that have all turned up and turned out to say hi. A fantastic amount of love to the amazing community of Commander Ivy. I saw very, very, very familiar names up in the chat there, and it made me so happy. You're going to have to bear with me for one moment, because I'm going to just very quickly pull some sweet links up in here for folks that are not familiar. And that's going to make the game mute itself in the background, so I apologize for that. But yeah, Ivy, vamp for me for a second.
Sure. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. I see a lot of familiar names. That makes me happy. That also means that you know I'm gonna get banned on my Twitch. I mean, what? Happy that you find it entertaining. We're in for a full week of an adventurous playthrough. I am definitely excited for it, and yeah, looking forward to it. We're going to be switching. I'm the one who's going to be piloting the Falcon tomorrow, and I feel like we're in for one heck of a ride, and it's going to be really good.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So, thank you very much for vamping, by the way. You were good at that. You were good at that. I just dropped that on you. Like out of nowhere. I'm like, yo, do the talking thing. What should I expect? You're a professional. If you are not already familiar with Commander Ivy, please go and visit them on their Twitch channel. It is where you will find them most days of the week. They have an amazing community. They have an outstanding lineup of indie games and all sorts. Just genuinely worth putting on that wish list.
If sometime you tune in and you see Shrek broadcasting, no worries, he's just my side wing on there.
Yeah, Shrek's just in there, just vibing.
Yeah, just vibing every now and then.
Just before we bounce, I will throw a little bit of a hey, chill in here. We do currently have several competitions going for the Falconeer, because we launched it last week and it's been super incredible. If you haven't already, please go check it out on Steam. Go get it added onto your wish list. Even though it is already out, wish list numbers are still super awesome, and a lot of metrics are judged by them. So the more, the better for everybody. We do have a couple of awesome competitions going that we launched at the same time, okay? So first of all, check this out. This one is US only, so I do apologize to the rest of the world, but if you're in the US and you want a new PC, check out that link right there. We're working with PC Gamer and a company called Falcon.
To the US.
Great time to move to the US if you want a super powerful... I don't know who would move to the US just to potentially win a free PC, but I mean, whatever, it's 2020. The universe is crazy right now. But a company called Falcon Northwest actually built this together. It is an insanely powerful machine. Like, to put it this way, the processor this thing uses came out like 4 days before the game came out. Like, that is how modern this thing is. It's insanely powerful. PC Gamer are hosting a competition for us, which we are super thankful for. If you're not over in the US, you're over in the UK, EU region, we've got something that you might be interested in too, and it's a laptop. Super cool Razer laptop, which has equally impressive hardware inside it, and it's got the added benefit that you can play the Falconeer wherever you go. You can play it in the bath. You can play it in the garden. You can play it on your commute to work, which, while the quarantine stuff is happening, is probably from the bathroom to the living room. But that's still a commute, and you can fill that 20-second walk with as much Falconeer time as you want on a laptop, which you can win right there. So, competitions, for those that are interested, please feel free to get in there. If you've already been there, share them far and wide. Tell your friends, let people know about these cool competitions, because we give them away. We got these all over the place. I'm tripping over laptops. I'm tripping over PCs. I'm tripping over Xboxes. We're just throwing them out there. So please take them off my hands. We're going to wrap things up there. I think it's been a quick 2 hours.
Great.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like I've blinked and that time has passed. We will be live here at the exact same time, 5 p.m. GMT, 9 a.m. PST, 8 EST. I can't remember. I'll put a tweet out with all of the information in. Their time zones are not my friend. But the exact same time every day this week, right here.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Commander Ivy will be at the controls. I'll be playing Wingman and vamping with y'all in the chat, so that's going to be super duper fun. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's been amazing. I've been Gary for Wide Productions. This has been Commander Ivy. Ivy, do you want to say anything before we go?
Yes, be healthy, be safe. Tune in tomorrow because it's going to be amazing. We've got, things coming.
We've got things coming as we go. I like that. That should be the marketing line for this entire thing. Come watch us. We've got things coming as we go. It's non-committal, so we can do whatever we want. I love it. I absolutely love it. You've all been astounding. Please don't do anything I wouldn't do, but if you do, don't get caught. We'll catch you here, same time tomorrow. I'm going to fade us both out now and remove the cameras and leave everyone to sit and look at the cool menu for a couple of minutes before I end the stream, just so I can cut the end of this easily. Thank you very much.
I'm tired waving. Just cut us off, Gary.
Well, I'm just going to take away my camera, but I'm just going to leave your one there. So, it's just you waving forever. Just forever. How long? Yeah, I'm actually impressed. You're doing really well here. You've got 10 out of 10 jazz hands perception. This is great.
I can't stop at this point. By the time people are going to be back, it's just going to be me sitting here waving again. This is how we're going to start tomorrow, I think.
Oh, what are we doing?